What's up, y'all? Uh, it's Joker Man here, bro. You know what it's about. If I'm in the back of a cab talking to you in front of a camera, that means I just saw a movie mad earlier that I shouldn't have seen. Uh, so I saw the new Spike Lee joint, Highest to Lowest. Uh, I'm not sure how I got the invite. I think it's because I spoke to the man at some point in my career, because this definitely wasn't a work hookup. Otherwise, I'd be talking about it for work. So this is like a remake of a Kurosawa joint. I haven't seen it. It's called High to Low. I've never seen it. I didn't even know until I looked this up on my way to the theater. I try and go in as clean as possible. Uh, so basically, it's like an inverse of that movie, essentially, because in that movie, there's this businessman. Instead, in this movie, Denzel Washington plays a music mogul. Uh, he has a record label. It's going under. He wants to buy it out. He has to give up a large sum of money to do so, of which will make him bankrupt. But then his kid gets kidnapped, and so he has to give up a ransom. But the twist is, it ends up not being his kid. It's like his boy's kid, his boy who lives in the house, who's like a felon, who the cops don't trust or like for untold reasons. Like, it's one thing to hate a felon, but it's another thing for like it to get in the front of police work, which I think is the critique, which is like, if somebody looks different than you or is like in a different class bracket than you, then they're obviously going to treat police work differently. Another theme was like, AI, because like one of the things about his label is it wants to transition to AI. He's like, nothing is better than the natural ear. Come to find out, that's part of the ways, one of the clues how they find the guy who kidnaps the kid. So it's all like current time messaging, despite the fact that it's a remake of a movie from the '60s or late '50s. So I really dug that. Other good stuff, ASAP Rocky's in it. Well, first of all, you'll see like a whole cast of characters from Spike Lee's like filmography. So you'll see your Rosie Perez's. Very happy to see Anthony Ramos in there, especially coming off of Ironheart, the new Marvel joint. He's also from She's Gotta Have It, where he like came part of like the 40 Acres and a Mule cast team group of people, and he's in it. A lot of faces. Forget who's that basketball dude, retired dude, Lakers. Rick Fox plays a coach. There's a lot of faces. ASAP Rocky, huge role, plays the kidnapper. Very obvious once he like picks up the phone, so it's not even a really big spoiler. Really great, like fantastic rapper. Has fantastic taste in women. Also a really good actor. Um, Also, this is a joint that's going to be on Apple. This was a movie, distributed by A24, so it got like that prestige edge to it. And I think because of that, and because it's Spike Lee, it doesn't look like a straight to streaming type joint. Like there's actual some cinematography in here. There's actually some angles. There's actually some production value here. It doesn't look like a typical streaming joint. The prestige is valid. You got Spike Lee, you got A24. I'm glad it looks like it's a Spike Lee A24 production. Even like the opening, like establishing shots, really good. Especially like in the first third of the movie, like the shots are going crazy, and then like you get to like infamous dolly shots and what have you. Good stuff. Trying to think of all the good before I get to like the bad, because there's some bad. Um, I think Mamie is in this. I forget the actress's name, but she plays my man Bumpy Johnson's wife and Godfather Hall with my man. What's my man's name, bro? I love that guy. They say we look similar. What's my man's name? Oh, Forrest Whitaker, bro. Yeah, it's my man. It's like my dad. Uh, and speaking of that, he like the family unit kind of feels like straight out of Godfather from Harlem, except for like him being from Harlem and a gangster. He's like a music mogul from the Bronx. Um, for a lot of for like the first half of the movie though, like you don't think he's gonna do the right thing, and you kind of hate Denzel because of it. And he it takes like a lot of convincing for him to do the right thing. And I kind of thought, okay, I guess we're getting to like the stuff that I don't like. We're getting to like almost borderline irredeemable Denzel until like the second act is over. You're like you're sitting there questioning like, damn, like what kind of like moral background does this guy have? Is this guy like protagonist, but he's like a anti-hero? Do you see the kind of protagonist you want to see win, or like the kind of guy that you want to see get humbled? And they figure it out by the end of the movie. It just took a long time to get there. Also, it's you can probably shave off like 15, 20 minutes off the joint. Um, I'm not gonna hold you, but it's good. I saw Black Klansman also like as a screener joint. I didn't see the Five Bloods, but I do enjoy this more. I think I do. I'm pretty sure I enjoy this more than Klansman. I definitely enjoy it more than I do The Creator, which is something that I saw at the theater that I saw this at uh, Dolby Cinema screening joint, which starred John David Washington, his son, which was also like super AI positive. If you don't know the synopsis to The Creator, it's kind of like, what if AI was a living being? And I guess this came out like maybe a couple years back, 3 years back when like they were trying to uplift the face of AI to the public consensus. But like now that it's here and people are, have their opinions of it, it's pretty hilarious to see like to go to that theater for a pro AI movie and then come to this movie to see his daddy and it's like an uh, anti AI movie. Anyway, I'm babbling. That's it. If I don't do stars, I don't do ratings. Um, but I would say this is like in the mid tier of Spike Lee joints. It's not, it's not like Do the Right Thing. It's not Malcolm X. It's not like the upper echelon Spike Lee joints. But it could settle in there with like I put it in there with like Brooklyn. I put it in there with like who else? What else? Am I putting in there? 25th hour. Nah, it's kind of low tier. Anyway, you get the point. That's the video. I don't want this to get too long. Definitely not as long as my 28 years later joint was. All right, take it easy. I'm out.